Unpopular opinion. Thanos was not a bad guy. Intro. Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Hold up. Wait a minute. I would love to hear your views, guys, in the comment section. Please comment what you think. Thanos is like the best villain I have ever seen in the world. I mean, I was in love with Loki as a villain, but then Thanos came along and I was like, damn. Thanos is like so philosophical.
No, you sure say you're not confused?
He was so good at his manipulation. He tried to like pin his situation or his beliefs to make them look good, and to me he succeeded.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail nonetheless. It's frightening. Turns the legs to jelly. I ask you, to what end? Dread it? Run from it? Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Guys, and here's the reason why I think Thanos wasn't so bad. Okay, so picture today, the world is the population is constantly increasing, and we have countries like China that have brought about the one-child rule, but it's going to take a long time until there's an equilibrium in which resources are equal to the amount of people that can actually consume those resources. Thanos' whole idea, his whole goal was to find that balance, that equilibrium between resources being enough for the people on the planet, because he felt like people were literally just destroying the planet. If you read how the population increase actually brings about war, famine, blah, blah, blah. So that in turn, if the population was uncontrollable, would destroy the universe. So Thanos' idea was to wipe out half of the population so that there's a balance between resources and that. And some of you might say, oh, he had the Infinity Stones, why couldn't he just snap his fingers so that resources could be so much to balance the amount of people in the universe? But the whole population study says that if there is an increase in the amount of food production, the population is also going to increase statistically. Yes, that's what the scale shows. Like, there's no way there's an increase in food and people are eating healthily and then there's like a decrease in no, birth rate, fertility rate is gonna skyrocket, and more people, more population, and the problem would constantly repeat. So Thanos, he was the only guy who was willing to do.
Little one, it's a simple calculus. This universe is finite, its resource is finite. If life is left unchecked, life will cease to exist. It needs correction.
You don't know that!
I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
Now, it might have been a fast solution, but it was a solution. My opinion is not from like a moral perspective, because if I am to be righteous, I am going to say like killing multiple people is wrong, just from the morality of right and wrong. I'm going to say it's wrong, yes, on that scale. But Thanos wasn't really evil, no. When you look at the motive of his actions, they weren't selfish.
With all 6 stones, I could simply snap my fingers. They would all cease to exist. I call that mercy.
And then what?
I finally rest and watch the sunrise on a grateful universe. The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
He did not want praise from the people. He just simply knew that I must do this because it's my destiny. And that's it. I mean, the universe itself has ways in which it controls population. Famine, war, hurricanes, earthquakes. To me, I feel like that's a way in which the universe balances. Because you can see that in Infinity War, after he snapped and half the population vaporized into thin air, not all the Avengers were vaporized. If he was self-seeking, he would have wiped out the Avengers as well. But he left out some of them. Like, it shows that he wasn't discriminatory. He was fair in his actions.
What's happening?
Hey, a guy who murdered half the population was fair. This guy was onto something. I couldn't hate him. I couldn't help but feel sympathetic for him. I couldn't help but actually admire his character, his strength, his attributes. And you can almost see the sympathy in how on so many occasions he had the chance to kill one of the Avengers, but he didn't. And he almost admires the characteristic traits of these heroes, and he's not afraid to tell them.
Stark.
You know me?
I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge. You have my respect, Stark. When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. And I hope they remember you.
He's very truthful, he's very honest about his plans, what he's going to do to execute them. Like, he's super transparent. Like, he has no facade whatsoever. Like, I really do think Thanos should have won. And he did. He did. He did win. It's just the Avengers could not live with their failure, like he said.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.